top 5 tips for the month. Let's get into it. And there's loads of shorts going out over the next few days. Em's actually given up her evening to make loads of shorts on various subjects. So if you're kind of wondering, like, there's short form coming. It's coming. Em's doing all the work right now. Shout out to Em. The first tip is International Women's Day. There's a bit of an issue at the moment with the objectives reappearing on a daily basis. We'll talk about that in a second. If you do want all the promo codes and the links to the creators, I put it in the description. Those promo codes can be entered into the website, into the promo code section to get yourself all the votes. Put them all in, and therefore you'll get some votes for that. But at the moment, there is the issue in game. Now, whilst I'm recording this, there's no guarantee that it'll actually be sorted. For a lot of players, the problem will be persisting in that you are losing out on votes. Losing out on votes means you're not able to get the units required. As soon as there's a response from Kabam that I feel is important to let you know, I will let you know on that subject. But it's of course important to go with either the champion you want to go with, or spreading your votes in that you get the points, or the points when you vote you get the points that you're getting up to the next milestones. So if you're like, okay, well I've got 13 into Morningstar, you want to be able to make sure you're topping up to the next milestone. So a good example would be, instead of tomorrow, if you get access to your objectives, taking the selector, you'd be going into Morningstar versus say Rogue, if Rogue is the one you're going into. Like, okay, I've got it to 260 points. I need to now get my 130 points up over the threshold of the milestone. So that's the point. Getting the points to go up the milestone. But it may be different if you've gone Rogue and this is Morningstar and you're like, I need to make sure tomorrow when I get my new selector of points, I go Morningstar to get it over the milestone point. But of course, something to be wary of is that whilst I'm recording this, there is the bug of the points going missing of the objective. So, hey, not great. And a lot of things a bit scuffy at the moment with the voting situation. But hopefully Kabam can rectify it and give us the units, or an opportunity to get the units as we so desire to get. Next up, Loki charms. We're going to have a very special tie-in with St. Patrick's Day, which is a very strange thing because Kabam haven't acknowledged for a long time the Feeling Green event, which gave some revives tied into the St. Patrick's Day event. So it's good to see, I think after it was like 7+ years, to see something back from that, which is kind of cool. There is going to be seeing this drop, which I assume the 17th of March. You'd assume that would how it would work. And there's going to be a special solo objective to earn gold, unit, and rainbow ISO, as well as a title. There could be some other deals as well. So whether it's a spendy orientated thing or a unit thing, then that as well would be cool. But the main thing to point out with that is going to be, make sure to do it. If there's units involved, go do it. Because if you lose out opportunities this month to grab this stuff, even if you're coming back as a casual, auto-fighting through stuff, grabbing stuff, same thing with the voting situation, it's units for little to no effort. Very important, especially because Kabam said that this is the replacement for the Lunar New Year event in terms of units. So get involved with that whenever it goes live, and of course we'll cover the deals if they're good when they go live later on in the month. Next up, and the bonus bonus dust from side quest ashens method. If you know this side quest, it has an exploration which will give various different rewards. Tier 5 is giving you Tier 6 class catalysts, and if you're looking for lower threats like threat level 4, gives some cavalier crystals, but the main thing is that Tier 2 primordial dust that you get from it. Ashens only mean that you'll need to unlock 20 gates. In the quests, you only do 2 paths. And what does this theoretically mean? Well, you could either repeat back the quest multiple times for the objective, so because you need to do it twice, and explore, it means that you can spread your Ashens gates opening down further in the threat. So you could do, theoretically, threat level 5, threat level 4, threat level 3, and threat level 2 if you had those and you wanted to do them, given a various different amounts of dust for your trouble, whether it's tier 2 or tier 1. It does come at a cost. Number 1, it's very grindy. Number 2, it does take away from you getting your objectives done, the special objectives with that. However, you could just go and do it You don't have to do it that way, where you're like, oh, you lose your objective by that means. But your will and motivation to repeat back threat level 5, because you'd have to do it a further 2 times, could mean that you'll be doing maybe, I think, like 50 to 60 times in side quest. So therefore it impacts on grindy. It's not that you can't do it, it's that it's grindy. And do you want to do the side quest multiple times? Some people will, some people won't. Some people are interested in the primordial dust and doing the lower difficulties and not bothering about the heat signature objective, or the objective that only gives out the feather crystal shards, because for a lot of players that's not really spicy enough. But each their own with how they want to approach it. Next tip is about the Phoenix rework. If you want to go grab it, 75 dark plumes. If you are a free-to-play player, you will feel the pinch because you'll have to do certain pieces of content. May Valiant event quest you have to do, double track you need to do. So this month you'll probably have season 27 of Battlegrounds to do, and you'll have to do the March meta event. So toward the latter point of this month, you'll need to do victory track completion to it. So you will have to do Battlegrounds regardless if you want to get yourself a Phoenix reworked. There'll be other things like later on in future months, like incursions challenge sector. There'll of course be the double track, which will have some of the dark plumes. Other than that, you can't miss a beat. Sorry to say, you cannot miss a beat. You will have to do this stuff. So get grinding. And a final tip is going to be focused on grabbing resources and getting ready for a jam-packed Saga season and return back to Grandmaster Gauntlet. The ordeal drops next week, and because it drops next week, and because you'll have 9.2 round the corner, and because you'll have to do special types of questing with Saga-based champions, my tips are all about preparation. Preparation is key. Make sure first of all to go into game and go down to filter and click on the Phoenix emblem. Look at some of your champions that are Saga-based champions. I'm going to do next week, hopefully I've got time for this, a Phoenix Saga best champions or tier list. Especially because you'll be doing so much content over the next 3 months that will really require you, low battery, story of my life, that will really require you to use some of the champions here. So making them the more powerful is going to be important to rank them up and make sure that they're going to be helpful to the cause, whether or not it's alliance raids, nightmare raids, whether it's doing battlegrounds, whether or not it's doing incursion challenge sector. Well, that actually might be the previous. No, it might be this one actually. Yeah. Then there's going to be the May Valiant possibly, but you will have content like that will be required of some of these Saga champions, and of course the ordeal, depending on what champions you need for that. It might be Saga, it might not be. But grabbing resources is important. Make sure to save back your free crystals. So these ones here, free Valiant crystals I've got, for endgame content if you haven't used them already. Next, go to lower content where there's revives and health potions in and repeat them back. Back issues, by the way, is one of the better ones for that one. Anyway, Super Daily, make sure to get your Super Daily on the daily because of the stuff that's in it, units or whatnot. Go and auto fight through lower content. I do enjoy, whilst I'm doing work, auto fighting through it, and whilst I'm recording videos, editing videos together, auto fighting through lower content. If I've got energy refills, grabbing free units, haven't had to do much for that, and just topping them back up again. So also think about your arena grind. I know some people are for it and against it. They don't like it. But if you are non-spending and, you're trying to scrub through stuff in game, just to revive here or there, just do a big old farm in units, unit in arena to get milestones that give units. Top tips for that are always, and of course, save as much solo crystals as possible and pop open. You can see here, like I've got a large amount right there, just for the. I think I got the right one. Yes, I got the right one. Then I thought I got the ISO. For boost, that's helpful as well for endgame content. It minimizes revive and health potion usage, but also arena boosts like this because you're able to do stuff like the Catalyst Arena with the 5 stars, or doing just general arenas with the 6-star boost, 5-star boost, whatever. They're all helpful, gets you to milestones quicker, and makes it an efficient way to take on stuff. Anyway, that is the top tips for March. Good luck in the grind, whatever you're doing, whatever you're enjoying or not enjoying in game. get through it with a smile and a wink. Ding, and hope that Kabam next month can make the game less buggy. We all hope that. It never happens. Anyway, have a lovely day and goodbye for now.